to episode 4 of GOAT Talk Live. I appreciate you coming out. Appreciate you logging in, chiming in wherever you're at on all social media platforms where Will Builder Stock is. I just want to come before you, man, and share what I think about the current NBA situation. I got a few topics that I want to touch bases on, and without further ado, I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy the segment on the night. So first and foremost, you know how I do. Quarter number one. First quarter, I want to talk about Anthony Davis' foot injury and Steph Curry's shoulder injury, and maybe even injuries uh, all together in the NBA. Really, how they affect the team. What's your thoughts on that? Make sure you leave a comment and join the conversation. So Anthony Davis is out for a whole month, and we know that Anthony Davis has an injury history. One thing to take into consideration when we looking at these professional athletes is we got to think most of these guys have been playing since they were legits. For those who don't know what a jit is, just a youngin. So they've been playing since they about 5, 6, 7, 8 years old. So usually when they get in the NBA after college, AAU and all that, some of these guys got about 10 years on a body already just playing basketball at a high level. And then when you get to the NBA, you got to go to another level each and every season. And that's just, it's hard to put your body through that rigorous task every day. So, although injuries, we don't like injuries, injuries are a part of the game. And you could do all the things you could do to your body to help your body. Everybody not LeBron James, everybody not going to be durable. Injuries just happen, and I don't want to knock any player because they are injured and clown them and say, oh, they injury prone, because that's really something we can't control. We can't control how injuries happen to our body. Athletes, you get out there, you do the best you could do, and you try to go out there and play to your best ability, but you can't control whether you get injured or not. So I'm not gonna knock Anthony Davis for getting injured. It's part of the game. And even with his injuries, he is still a first ballot Hall of Famer in my opinion. He always already has a ring. Uh, Man, when he on the floor with the Lakers and LeBron, he's a great dynamic. Uh, they've been playing real good so far. They've been playing good with Westbrook coming off the bench. So I watched them a few times. And I was happy to see what the Lakers were able to do, and they not far out of the play-in spot. Uh, they still got a chance, but on the real, it's gonna be hard for them to make a push for that play-in chance without Anthony Davis. Like I told y'all last week, I see the Lakers being uh, one of those four teams in the play-in, along with Golden State Warriors, Clippers, and Phoenix. Now I could be wrong, but I think them teams is gonna be your bottom four teams because these young guys are playing tremendous right now, and we almost to the end of the second quarter of the NBA season. So the Lakers are sitting right now fifth in the Pacific Division at 13 and 16. They 3 games under 500, and with Anthony Davis being out a month, it's really gonna be hard for them to reach 500. If they could just stay, uh, and then he was getting 33 minutes a game, so it's like, who you gonna give his minutes to? You Who you gonna give his minutes to? That's a big man. You gonna put Droy? Who you gonna do? Gonna give Thomas Bryant some more minutes? He only averaging 16 minutes a game. You just gonna put Westbrook back in the starting lineup and make LeBron play the five? Uh, Westbrook didn't play good in the starting lineup, or You're just gonna give Schroeder some more minutes. So they gotta got some questions they gotta answer why Anthony Davis is out. But I think it's a good chance for them to focus on their depth and really like the model is if you know a guy go down as athletes, you gotta step up. So Anthony Davis being down, being a team leader in points, rebounds, and assists. No, Westbrook he leading in assists, but he leading in points, rebounds, and steals and blocks. So he they leader. They gonna miss a big void for this month stretch. But if they could just stay at 3 games under 500, it'd be good if they could get over 500. But if the Lakers can stay 3 games under 500, that's really gonna help them to make a case for that play-in spot. Cause right now, uh, they not in it right now. Right now they at number 12, so they got to get up to at least they got to get up to 10. So you got the Warriors at number 11 right now in the West, and the Lakers at number 12. And I'm projecting them two teams to make the play-in. But as it looking right now, they not looking good. Phoenix is still good at number 4. I'm projecting they'll fall off. I could be wrong, but I'm projecting them to fall off. I'm projecting the Clippers at number 7 to fall off. So the Clippers are actually in the play-in right now, so that's a good look for them. So I mean, chime in, tell me what you think, man, about Anthony Davis' foot injury being out for a month. Is this really gonna help the Lakers, or are they gonna be able to, make a push? Or do you feel like the best thing for the Lakers this season is LeBron James passing Kareem? Do you feel like their window for playing for rings is over? I don't think the window for playing for rings is open. I think they could still have a chance as long as they got a healthy Anthony Davis and a healthy LeBron. They can match up with anybody and play, and that's the big key. Next, I want to talk about Steph Curry shoulder dislocation. He's out indefinitely. I want to see what you think about that. I'm a Warriors fan. I like the Warriors. If been following me, uh, you've been knowing that I follow the Warriors and I picked the Warriors to make it to the NBA Finals again this season. I love dynasties, so I'm always rooting for the dynasties. Uh, Unfortunately, it's not looking like they're going right now. It's not looking like they're gonna make it to the finals, even though I want them to. It's still early, but they've been struggling all season, and this is not the Warrior team that struck out to 20 games quick last season. So this is looking like the Warriors team, and I hate to say it, but this is looking like the Warrior team that got bounced in the play-in. This is looking like that Warrior team this year. I hope they come through and prove me wrong. But if you're struggling to be 500, 30 games into the season, you're gonna pretty much be struggling all season. This is not the type of league where you could turn it on and turn it off. Like these guys, Warriors are older now. They got some young talent, but the young talent ain't developing like they want them to. So this is not the NBA where you could turn it on and play hard in the playoffs. Now, don't nobody want to play the Warriors in the playoffs. But I don't think the Warriors want to be facing Grizzlies or the Pelicans in that first round if they make it out to play in. So they need to push up to at least get into that 5, 6 spot. But right now, with the way it's looking real tough for the Warriors, man. And I don't know how many games they gonna win before Steph come back. I would like to see them win the whole time while he out. But I'm not sure if they gonna win any games. So I think them losing Steph Curry to dislocated arm, I think that's really gonna hurt them. So please chime in and tell me what you think about the Steph Curry injury. Is it an impact to the Warriors team or is it not? Their next game is tomorrow against the Knicks, and I don't think nobody want to play the Knicks right now. I'm gonna talk about them a little later. but it's not looking good for the Warriors right now, and it's not looking good for my Lakers. Those are my two teams. I have three teams. Y'all know my other team, which is the Charlotte Hornets, and it's been not looking good for them for a long time. I'm looking at them to tank, and which they are doing. They just dropped to the Nuggets yesterday, 119 and 115. LaMelo was back. But the only thing he good for right now is being on your fantasy team, real life. So a lot of these guys are just good to be on your fantasy team. But as far as like the game, it's not looking good for a lot of these teams already 30 games into the season. So I'm projecting the Warriors. I still have them as my favorite to go to the finals. But depending on how I look, I may have to jump ship. I'm telling you right now, I don't like teams that lose. I support teams, but look, I'm not done with them. But as far as my finals pick, I may have to jump ship if they continue to if they continue down this road. So I'm hoping they could steer this thing the right way and get back on course because I love to see a LeBron and Steph in the Western Conference Finals to get up out of there. I would love to see that, but it's looking like it's gonna be Pelicans versus Memphis in the Western Conference Finals right now. So, man, I hope I'm wrong. I really do, but it's not looking good for my Lakers. It's not looking good for my Warriors, and it's definitely not looking good for my Charlotte Hornets. So next, we want to get ready for quarter number two. So in quarter number two, I want to talk about the hottest teams in the NBA right now. If you've been watching, I want to talk about the hottest teams in the NBA. And right now, the hottest teams in the NBA are sitting in the East. You got the Knicks, who are on a 7 game win streak. Then you got Orlando, that's on a 6 game win streak. And the Nets, that are on a 6 game win streak. And I just want to know who you think out of the three are really like the truth. Because streaks happen in the NBA. You could go on a 10 game winning streak and you could go on a losing streak for about 10 games. That's happened. Teams could be streaky. But out of these three teams, I want to know what you think about this group. Who are the teams that's for real? I'm gonna tell you who I think. Like Orlando is a good young team. Don't get me wrong, they're a real good young team. But even with that 6 game win streak, I don't really see Orlando making no noise in the East. It's a good regular season team. They're selling tickets. It's good to watch them, but they sitting down here at 11 and 20, and they on a 6 game win streak. They got a long time to turn it around, but I don't see Atlanta making no play in or doing anything in that capacity. So they not the truth in this streak. So that leaves us with the Knicks and the Nets, and only one game and a loss column separates them. The Knicks are in my opinion, are a deadly team because uh we like everybody they got. You know what I'm saying? Julius Randle is great. Uh, RJ Barrett is great, but I think they're a good collection. The addition of Jalen Bronson was great. But I think they're a good collection. And when you got a team that don't have a bona fide standout star like a LeBron or a KD or a Kyrie, in my opinion, that's a hard team to beat because you don't know who gonna be an impact to cause the game to change, the dynamic of the game to change. So I would say the Knicks are gonna be tough in the playoffs. I'm hoping that they could stay in the sixth spot or even move up a couple. But it's looking like the Knicks gonna either stay in the six or fall down to seven because right now you got Miami in the seventh spot at 16 and 15. Atlanta creeping up there at 15 and 15. And you gotta ask yourself, are those two teams that can actually beat the Knicks? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the Knicks has a chance to move up, but in reality, do you think the Knicks gonna move up? Do you think the Knicks gonna make it out the first round of playoffs? I don't know. I don't think so. So in my opinion, out of the top three teams that's streaky right now, the Knicks are not the truth. That's my opinion. Now the Nets, they sitting at on a 6 game win streak, 19 and 12. They flying up under the radar. They got a little smoke clear. Ain't nobody really talking about them like that. KD playing good. Kyrie playing dynastic. I mean, these dudes, they coming for blood right now. It wasn't too long ago that they got put out the playoffs by the Bucks, and they were just out last season. So that's a team that I'm looking at like, man, can they really do something? Because I look at the top four teams in the East. You got the Bucks, you got the Celtics, you got the Cavs, and the Nets. My thing with this standing is standings are real, standings are legit because that tells us what you've done in a regular season. But when you get to the playoffs, it's a level of experience that you gotta have to move on to the next round. Bucks got experience moving on. Celtics got experience moving on. But this young Cavs team have no experience moving on to the next round. So I could slide Brooklyn up to that number 3 spot. Now, if Brooklyn move up to the number 1 spot, that'll help them in the playoffs because they could use, that home court advantage. And I think they have potential to make it. But when you start looking at these top 3 teams, you say who got the best stars. Okay, you got Giannis Antetokounmpo, and then you got Chris Middleton. All right, if he healthy, I hope he healthy during the playoffs. Then you got Jalen Brown, Jason Tatum, if they healthy. Then you got Kyrie and KD, if they healthy. Now you telling me top 3 teams and the Nets being the hottest team right now in the East, would you take Kyrie? No, matter of fact, would you take Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown over Kyrie and KD leading your team? Nah, I don't think so. Would you take Giannis Antetokounmpo and Chris Middleton to lead your team against KD and Kyrie if they all healthy? No. So in my opinion, the Nets are the most dangerous team right now with that win streak in the East. I do like Philly. You know what I'm saying? I like what Embiid doing. We're gonna get to that a little later. But I picked Milwaukee to come out the East. But if Brooklyn can keep it up like they doing and continue to keep playing good ball and play good defense with that lineup, them long bodies they got on the wing, man, they gonna be somebody to beat. They gonna be somebody tough to beat in the East. And I think they the scariest team right now in the East right now. The Brooklyn Nets. So now we want to get ready for quarter number 3. In quarter number 3, I want to talk about the MVP race and your thoughts on the Nets making the finals. So Embiid is playing outstanding basketball right now. Outstanding basketball. I mean, the dude averaging, I think, I hope I'm not quoting it wrong, but I think he averaging 33 points a game right now. Yeah, he averaging 30 points, 33 points a game. I feel like last season he could have got the MVP. He could have got the MVP. If he keep this up and he don't get the MVP this season, I want us to start questioning, man, who voting for this stuff? Cause I mean, we know who voting, but if this dude, he's sitting right now, uh, say number four, number five in the East, averaging 33 points a game. We know they not winning no games without him. They on a 4 game win streak. If he keep this up, that's our MVP. I'm gonna call it right here, right now. If MB keep that up and keep playing like he playing, he is the MVP or the NBA of the NBA. It's just that simple, man. This dude is playing outstanding. He don't have multiple 50-point games, and he's a matchup problem. I don't. It ain't nobody in the NBA that could guard this dude. So I would like to see if James Harden could play a little better, just a little bit more like himself, like he wasn't. I don't even want to be the Rockets, James Harden. Just be a little bit more threat. They could be a problem. And this playoffs this season is gonna be one of the best playoffs we ever seen in the NBA because there's so many good teams, man. Even the play in gonna be good. So I'm asking you, you know what I think? I think Embiid is your MVP right now, and I think if he keep it up, he gonna be the MVP of the NBA. What do you think? Do you think Embiid is the MVP right now? Do you think he the best player in the league right now on one of the best teams in the NBA? I think he is. My next point is, as I was talking about the Nets, I want to know if you think the Nets can make the finals. Now, early in the season, I didn't think they would. I picked the Bucks, but like I say, if Kyrie and KD alone play like they play, and they just got they team backing them up, supporting them, and doing what they can, and they can do healthy, I really think it's gonna be hard for anybody to beat them in the East. I mean, it's gonna be hard if them two right there alone just play 89% to what they capable of on the floor. If they could do that, I'm not saying they could get there and get a ring. I'm not even talking about next year. If they just play hard this year right here, because I feel like this year right here is it. Like if they can't put it together this year, man, we need to go ahead and redo contracts or trades or something like that. But because they getting older, so I feel like this is the year that they could sneak one out. Cause my Warriors is limping right now. Uh, Brooklyn, I mean not Brooklyn, but Boston still young. Uh, I don't see how Milwaukee really got better since the last time they got a ring. So Brooklyn can really sneak up there and make the finals. They my dark horse, and as the season go on, I don't know. Maybe they might be my favorite to come out the East, but right now it's still the Bucks. So I want to know what you think. Do you think the Brooklyn Nets can make the NBA Finals based on what you've seen from them so far, or am I tripping? You know what I mean? It's all fun talk anyway. Ain't no way to be right. We just got to see what's gonna happen. So without further ado, we made it to the fourth quarter, and on the fourth quarter, they got this new award called the Clutch Player of the Year. And I got two players that came to my mind for this season for being clutch, and I want to bring them to you and see what you think, who you think could be the best, and you could drop it in the comments. We talking about clutch though. At the end of the game, who you giving the ball to? You got Kyrie on one end, Dame on the other end. Kyrie won a championship. Dame sent somebody home. He sent few players home. Like right now in the NBA, who you think in your mind the most clutch player? And even if it's somebody that I ain't named, you could drop them in the comments and I could look at them. We could talk about it later. But if I got Kyrie or Dame and I'm choosing who the most clutch player is in the NBA right now today, like Steph should be in there. I ain't gonna front. Steph should be in there, but he hurt right now. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't forget about it, just his shoulder out right now. But right now, if I could pick a clutch player, man, I'm gonna have to go with Kyrie, man. I just can't get past him hitting that shot that sent my boys home, man. We was 73-9. 73-9. And this dude came down with the hand and pulled up from deep. Man, that's one of the greatest shots I ever seen to close out a game. The block was wonderful from LeBron, but that shot from Kyrie, man, that was it right there. And that's one of the best shots I don't ever seen in NBA history. And I'm including Jordan shots and all that. You know what I mean? That Kyrie shot, man, on my 73-9 Warriors, man, I still feel that pain right now. And if that boy on that court like that, look, if that man on that court like that, that's what he capable of doing. Now, Dame will send you home and make a meme out of you. You know what I'm saying? He nice with it. But that boy Kyrie, man, he clutch. He is clutch. So I think right now Kyrie the most clutch player in the NBA, man. Tell me if you agree. Tell me if you disagree. All right, and this is gonna be my closing segment right here. This is for the young boy, the young ones out there. I want to ask y'all right now, as presently constructed, y'all see the hype. Y'all see what they leader doing on the floor. You see how they could come together and rally against any team. You see how their ratings are going up. I'm sure the value of their team going up. My man just got the Nike deal now. It's no longer Kyrie. This man about to move on and get the deal. So if you don't know right now, I'm talking about Ja Morant about to get this Nike deal and get that Nike bag, and then the Memphis Grizzlies being one of the most exciting teams to watch in the NBA. That's all good. But do you think right now, as presently constructed, can the Memphis Grizzlies actually make the finals? Can they make the finals? Say it right here today. Look, my favorite is the Warriors. It don't matter what my favorite is like because the league progresses and things change. So your judgment gonna change if you're looking at it accurately. And I'm looking in the West, and I'm looking at Memphis, and I'm looking at the Pelicans. The Memphis Grizzlies can actually make the finals this year, and they can't. They just can not can only make the finals. They can actually make the finals and win because those guys when they play, they think they could beat anybody. They don't matter who on the floor. They really got that mentality that they could beat anybody, and they play defense. So when you got a team that think they could beat anybody, they got good defense, they got great coaching, and they got heart, and they a team. They not worried about who score. That's a championship team. And I feel like the time ticking. They young, but after a while, some of these dudes gonna be do some max deals, so they ain't gonna be able to keep everybody together. So if they gonna do it, they got to do it now. That's the thing about young teams. Like in a window of opportunity for the NBA is real slim. So it ain't like you gonna get one this year and y'all gonna make it back next year. That ain't nobody three-peated since the Lakers with Kobe and Shaq. Nobody three-peated since. So you get there this time, you may not make it back. Jason Tatum and Jalen Brown may not make it back. But I do think out of all the young players playing right now, if Ja Morant get a taste of that championship, he going back. That's just how I feel about it. Not just him, they whole squad going back. Them dudes right there, man, they a problem out there. Them Grizzlies are a problem, and I could see them making the NBA Finals. Well, look, man, it's been wonderful, man. I thank y'all for taking the time out to check this channel out. Before y'all go, man, I just want to let you know that you can follow me on social media at Will Bitterstock, at Triumph League, at Eagle Eyes Watching Next, at WBD Ministries, man. Support my other channels. Please chime in, like, post comments, keep it all love, man, and I keep bringing this to you. But you know what I'm saying? I need that support to keep this thing going.